Building drivers' cars is what Lotus does best. The Elise and Exige may excite and appeal to the very committed, but you couldn't exactly call them daily drivers. The Evora, however, is a new kind of Lotus that distills all that wonderful race and road car history, but serves it up in a more refined, modern day package. And if you want to know about the Evora S, well, let's just say it's a very good and British reason not to buy a Porsche 911. The Evora S leads Lotus into a new era of design and desirability. This remains the world's only mid-engined 2+2, with every model that comes down this line receiving more than 200 man-hours of attention. What you have here is a composite body shrink-wrapped over a 3-section bonded aluminium chassis. That creates this very muscular yet lithe teardrop aesthetic. Dimensionally, it's pretty compact, about the same length as a Porsche Cayman, yet there are some big design details going on here, like this pair of lines that sit in the doors that pinch and then flare out to give that impression of speed. Not to mention the aggressive rear diffuser, blacked out wing mirrors and Pirelli P0 Corsa tyres that are all bespoke to the Evora S. I also love this wraparound glasshouse that tapers and then flows into the rear window, beneath which sits the heart of the Evora S, a 3.5 litre V6 now complete with a Harrop supercharger that forces air into the engine and increases output to 345 brake horsepower. Getting into an Evora is a little more dignified than the Elise or Exige, thanks to this thinner sill. There's also a surprising amount of leather and relative luxury, though there are some areas that make you very aware you're in a low-volume, hand-assembled sports car. While some of this is forgivable, like the lack of cup holders, hard-to-reach 12-volt connector and piddly glove box, there are other elements that simply aren't good enough, like this very nasty aftermarket radio sat-nav screen and main controls that are not only illegible, they're completely hidden from the driver's view. Rear visibility is also poor, and you're going to have to be very bendy to get into those back seats, which are barely acceptable for small children. Fortunately, the boot is a decent size, with enough space for a set of golf clubs. Well, seriously, who cares about interior niggles when you're driving a Lotus? The most amazing thing about the Evora S on the road is just the way it seems to unravel all those twisty bits with the same kind of fluidity you get in a Lotus Elise. And yet this thing is so much faster, so much more mature, much easier to live with. It's got carpets, heated seats, a stereo that you can sometimes hear, and a ride quality that really could embarrass a number of family hatchbacks, it's that good. You can also spec this 6-speed IPS automatic gearbox that comes complete with these very tactile magnesium paddle shifters. It may not have that rifle bolt precision and speed you get in some DSG automatic gearboxes, so you are going to lose a little bit of time in that 0 to 62 mph sprint, but it's not exactly what you call slow. And for many customers that are going to be using this car to commute in and out of towns, it's going to make a lot of sense. But it's only on track do you really find out just how the S has pushed the standard Evora up quite a few levels. You push this sport button and that changes the throttle response, it changes the ECU calibration, it opens a baffle in the exhaust so it sounds a lot fruitier. And when you're using these paddle shifters, using it in manual mode, it actually locks you to the red line, so it doesn't force you up into the gears, and that's really good when you're trying to push it on the track and you don't want any changes through mid-corner. The overwhelming impression you get here is just how gorgeous the steering is. It just offers a clarity and a purity that I honestly didn't think you could get from a modern day sports car. And it just feels so responsive. The Lotus Evora S offers the most supreme balance of steering, ride and handling performance. It may not have the polish of the Porsche 911, but it doesn't have anywhere near that car's development budget. And that makes this achievement all the more remarkable really. Time to forgive those superficial shortcomings and put Lotus on your radar.